Hi guys, my name is Diane. Welcome to Didedi's Crafty Corner. Hi guys, today I am sharing with you a card and some images that are from the Not Too Shabby shop. So these are some of Jamie's images that she has in her shop right now. These are her hand-drawn images, and I am going to be creating cards for her as part of her digital design team over on Instagram, but I wanted to share them here with you on YouTube as well. So these are just some of the images. Now that watermelon popsicle, so cute, has two images with little sentiments underneath it, but she's got cupcakes, coffee cups, donuts, all kinds of different things I'll be sharing with you. This is the card I'm going to be doing next. And then I'm going to be doing another slimline card, which is what I did this time with those cupcakes. So for my card that I did, I used a slimline card, which is 8.5 by 7 inches, scored at 3.5. Now there are all kinds of little dies that you can get to go with this, and it fits in a legal size envelope. I'm going to show you how I made the envelope that I used here. There are lots of online tutorials. I actually dissected a envelope that I had received that was in this style, and then I actually found measurements as well on a website, which I will link below if you wanted to see it, if you wanted to do a printout. It's a Facebook page. And I believe it's Jenny Card Designs, I believe. And she actually has a printout. But for my own design, for my own card, which I believe is actually the same size as hers, like I said, I dissected a card that I had received in the mail, somebody made for me. And that's the sizes, and that's what made me search for it. So these digital images, guys, super cute. You guys know I'm a fan of the Not Too Shabby shop. When I saw this image for the first time, I knew I wanted to do it in pink. I wanted to make a pink watermelon. Yes, they do exist, and yes, they are yummy, and I just love the idea of doing it all in pink. So at first I thought, well, maybe I'll do it red leading up to pink, which is the little watermelon you're seeing down there with the red in it, and I liked it. I liked it okay, but I really just wanted to do the pinks. So I grabbed my favorite pink combo, which is the R81, R83, and R85, and I started to work. In the middle of this, my R83 dried up completely, and I do not have a refill for it. And as you guys know, the refills, the Copic refills have the Copic refill system is changing, and it'll be released this summer, but it's a smaller Copic refill. It's more slimline, and so all of the other Copic refills are gone. They are retired, and you can hardly get any colors, and I could not get my R81 when it dried up. I had to buy a new marker, and my R83 just dried up, so I had to run to Hobby Lobby, thank goodness they're open, right? And purchase the R83 as well, because I did not have those two. I don't have the R85 refill either. I don't have those three in my refills. I don't have a lot of refills, even though I have most of the Copics, but I find that I gravitate to the same colors all the time. I've got my favorite color combinations, and I like to use those colors, so I need to get these refills as soon as they become available. All right, so for the greens, I've picked some green colors today that I'm using because I don't remember the greens that I used when I colored this image. I just kind of looked at it and guessed, and it's not spot on. But again, just remember that your rind is two different color greens. It's more light and then a darker green on the outside, and you'll be fine, right? Never stress about those things. Just don't stress about it. So when I colored them, I did it all in the pinks. I went from my darkest to my lightest, from my lightest back up to my darkest to blend. And I wanted to keep the tip of the watermelon to be as close to the color of my gingham paper that I chose this to sit on top of. And I chose that paper because it to me reminds me of a picnic bench or a picnic table cover, you know. And I just thought it was super, super sweet. So I chose the greens for the rind, and then I colored in the little popsicle stick in brown. And the popsicle stick maybe could have been a little lighter, maybe, in reality. I don't know. And then for my seeds, I just took my black glaze pen and I just colored in the seeds with the black glaze pen. It gives it just a little bit of dimension and a little bit of shine. And I think it's the perfect touch for these. If you're doing a bigger version of this, which you can, that's the thing about digital images. One of the design team members put it on a bag, right? On a gift bag, and it's so stinking adorable. But you know what else you could do with these? You could make it into a box. You could put one on the front of a box and on the back of the box, angle your popsicle stick if you wanted to, and you could make whatever size box you wanted out of it. There's so many things that you can do with digital images that you just cannot do with a one size stamped image. It's why I love digital images so very much. And this little watermelon popsicle is so on trend and so stylish. It's just adorable. So once I got done doing the little glaze dot, the little glaze seeds, then I just trimmed it out with a pair of scissors. You could use your brother's scan and cut if you wanted to. I just trimmed it right on the line. So I went right to the line on this one, but cutting this out would be super easy even with an outlet. Nope. With an outline, right? With a border if you wanted to. Isn't it adorable? I think it's so stinking cute. So again, this is a slimline card, so it's a longer card. It takes a legal envelope. You can find these images over at the Not Too Shabby shop. They are available. And like I said, I will be doing that little cup and donut for my next card. While I was making the donut cards, I wanted to make one in the traditional red. So I thought I would show you how easy it is to make the envelope. So the envelopes for this card, now I'm sure there are different ones. In fact, I've seen different envelopes for this. Some are side opening and closing. This one is the easiest one, and like I said, it most matched the card envelope that someone had sent me with the card in it. So you're going to take a regular piece of 8.5 by 11 inch paper. You're going to score it down the I would say the long side, you know, down the one side. That is the 11 inches. You're going to score it at 2.5 inches and 6.5 inches. Then you're going to turn it over to the 8-inch side. And no, that's right. It's the 8-inch side is the first side. That's right. Well, you know what I mean. And then you're going to score it at 1.5 and 10.5 inches. So that's just going to leave you a little tiny section on the bottom of the card. And that's what's going to fold the envelope, right? That little section right there. And then you're going to cut out your little leftover squares on either side. If you've made envelopes or boxes or anything, you know what I'm talking about. You're just going to cut out those little sections that where your score, you know, crossed each other, if you will. So I'm going to cut out the small section first, and this is where I normally have to be a little bit careful because you guys know I don't see very well, right? And these little lines, especially I'm finding on colored paper or you know, pattern paper, are so hard for me to see. So I just do my best, and I did a pretty good job on this one. I was happy for that. And you're going to cut the little boxes off. And then on the large side, this is the part that's going to be closing the envelope, I'm going to use a corner rounder and just trim off and make it look pretty. Now, you can use whatever kind of rounder you have. That's completely up to you. To make sure it's even, I just snip off the bottom a little bit, which I would do on any envelope or any box or anything I was closing. Just put a little diagonal cut in there, and that's it. And then you're just going to use your score tool, whatever you use, your bone folder, whatever, something heavy. You can use your coffee cup, whatever you have handy, and go ahead and put your score marks into this envelope. Now, I would recommend, this is the only thing that I would recommend. You guys know I love me some art glitter glue. It's my favorite glue. I'm probably not ever going to change that. I prefer glue over tape most of the time. But for envelopes, I really prefer to use score tape. And that's just because, especially when making envelopes, the paper is much thinner and you can see the glue through your envelope, and you want this to look as professional as possible. Now the colored paper that I'm using is just your normal standard weight of paper. I've just purchased it in different colors so that I can make envelopes when I need a colored envelope. Most of the time I use white envelopes, to be honest. I think it's just, white matches the card base anyway, so I think it's an okay thing to use white envelope. But sometimes you just want to pop a color and you want a colored envelope. I prefer to make my own envelopes. I do not like using that punch board. Girls, I do not like that punch board. So I have found different recipes, if you will, or different ways to make envelopes. And I like them to be as simple as possible, and I really enjoy them to line up. So on the top of it, I'm also putting a piece of score tape. I will leave that there until I am ready to close the envelope. And look, perfect. It fits in, no problem. It's just perfect. And this envelope turns out beautiful every single time. It's a fail-safe envelope. I really love this particular envelope. So go ahead and give it a try. I will leave the website below where I found this particular printout. She has a printout on her Facebook page, and here's a final look at the card. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go on over to the Not Too Shabby shop and check out her digital images, and don't forget to tell Jamie that I said hi. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.